Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Game Warrior. My name is Jason, and today we're going to look at Dune, the War for Arrakis. So this game has come in. It actually came in a couple weeks ago, and I'm just opening it today. So earlier today, I opened Six Siege, and that video will go up tomorrow morning, and this will either go up the next day or tomorrow afternoon. Anyways, let's see. Let's give you a little history of Dune for me. Little history of Dune as we open this game. I read the book back probably in 1987, and my brother Rick was a huge fan. It was just like a big thing for him, but he was 15 years older than I am. So it was a big thing in the 60s to him. And so I think he is the one who got me to read it. And the truth of the matter is it was just okay to me. It was just okay. Now, I had a friend named Parker who thought it was absolutely the greatest thing he'd ever seen. And then we saw the campy movie in like 1984 or whatever it was, and it was just ridiculous. But there were lines from it that became part of the lexicon and the language of our friend group. For instance, spice, pure, unrefined, spice. And then another line from the movie, Muad'Dib no longer needs the weirding module. Stuff like that. Horrible movie. David Lynch's Dune is just terrible on every level. And it's got some classic people who love it, but not me. It was just terrible. And yet still there was this Dune thing, right? This Dune thing where Dune was the great classic. And there was a TV show made of it, but I didn't even watch that. And still in my friend group, it was just still something that you're probably asking, am I going to see this game or just listen to this story? Both. Let's lift this up. And so it was just a thing, right? It was something we all liked. Dune, the Fremen, the desert, the war. You know, it was just something, the Baron Harkonnen, Atreides, Paul, the Kwisatz Haderach, the Bene Gesserit, etc. It was something we loved, but it came into our culture, but as a group, but it still wasn't like my favorite thing in the world. So along comes the game Dune Imperium, which we played, and oh my gosh, do I think that is the best game. And the game Uprising is right there. They're both 10 for me. I just did my 2023 top games of the year, and Mosaic was number one. And if I did it right now, Dune Uprising would be number one. I just love that game. Okay, so the first thing we see as we look into this, we'll shorten the story a little, is the rule book. Okay, which is a little weird because it looks like it's it's got to be one way or the other. And so then came Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 1, which me and my son saw. Riley went and saw it right after, COVID. It came out, and it was in, IMAX, and we went and saw it together, and we loved it. We just thought it was great, and I watched it many times at home. I just love the feel for it, and so forth, and so on. And so we built up after playing Dune so much, and then we built up, and then I ordered this. I was so excited to get this game when Simon, go look, I have a video where they announced it, and I lost my mind. Just, dude, I was so freaking excited for this game. Anyways, and finally, here it is. We just went and watched, obviously, beginning of March or end of February there, Dune Part 2. And so before we go on a little bit, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to do a review of the movie, and it's going to be political. It's going to say a lot of things. So I'm going to tell you it was amazing. I loved it, but there are some things about it that are baked in that I want to discuss someday. But this is a gaming channel, so right now let's do this. Okay, you got your tables of contents. You got some free content coming here. Here's all the miniatures that are in there. We got a wild maker and 4 sandworms. 129 figures. That's pretty impressive. 125 cards. Additional components for possible futures. Have no idea what the hell that is. Additional components for 3 to 4 player games. There's the map, and I do have the playmat, which is downstairs somewhere. It really looks nice. I took this game with me down to Dice Tower West. Didn't get to play it there, but in the hot games room, Simon had a table set up for it, and people could read. They didn't have anyone teaching it, but they did have it set up, and so I saw a few people read the rules and play it. And so I was, lusting after that. It looks like a pretty complex game, right? This looks pretty complex. General rules, movement, combat. So I'm a Dune fan. I particularly like the new movies. I like the thoughts behind it, but also have some disagreements with Frank Herbert's conclusions, which you'll all get to find out in my movie review. The Old Man of the Desert, The Baron is Dead, Judge of the Change. So there's some different scenarios. The Mahdi solo mode, and so forth. Okay, so you've got quite a thick rule book, and in fact, I give you this: 48 pages. That's a good rule book. I just did a review for Thunder Road Vendetta, read that rule book, watched the video, and was playing in 30 minutes. I don't think that's going to happen here. All right, so we have a packet of stuff. What do we got? So what do you guys think of Dune? I mentioned, I think, this game here on the channel, a month or two ago as one of my most anticipated games for 2024. And I think one of my friends on there mentioned that I should read the follow-up books. I will tell you now, I won't be reading the follow-up books because I've read some extensive plot summaries of them, and they just do not sound up my alley. And I don't like where Frank was taking the whole story and his conclusions. So, but I have a friend, Ben, whose son Gideon has read them all, and actually we got into hour-long discussions for it. So here's the Spicemas flow charts. These boards are thick. If you're looking for those, Gidi Prime, Siege Tabor, House Atreides from an ally. So these boards are nice. I like those big pictures on the back. That look pretty cool. Carino ally. So these look pretty cool, if you ask me. We have the always fun punch outs, Splintered Rock. They punch out well, nice. Good solid pieces. So, okay, enough of that. This is, what we're focused here is I think Alex started it so well over on Board Game Co. We call it the rambling, the unboxing and the rambling. We're going to talk about whatever I want. All right. So look at the size of that, my friends. Oh, that's a big box of miniatures, right? I mean, this is a big box as it is. This didn't probably work very well when I turned it up like that. All right. And at the bottom, we have the board. But I don't really need this board because I have, look at the size of this board though. I'll probably open it for you just so you can see it. It is huge. I've looked at it set up on a table, and I've unrolled my playmat. And it's like, oh my, this is going to take a lot of table space, which is good. Now remember when the game came out, they were talking about the size of the board, of the miniatures, and hoping people wanted them to be big. But I mean, heck, look how big this board is. That's half of it. That's half of Dune. And here's the other half. Oh, you having fun with me? You having fun? Now, I also have heard that this game is based on the mechanic from War of the Ring, which I pulled out because I have a copy of it a couple years ago when they ran this campaign, but I never did play it. I did read the rules. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of this board game. I'm going to see, that's kind of fun to me. Now, a lot of people are going, that's just too bad. I can't play it. That's fine. But for me, that's great. Love it. And I don't like boards. I like playmats, so I'm really glad that I did invest in the playmat, which I have started to do. More and more now when I get an opportunity, I do. And I upgrade everything because bling, baby. I don't know why. I just love me some bling. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, tell me what you thought of the movie. Now, I know you're not thinking that. I know you're not. Get down my chair. I know you're thinking, let's look at these miniatures. Do I want to buy this game? Do I want to buy this game at retail? Let's see. Here we go. Simon, cool minis or not? How about cool minis? Because that's what we're going to get. Woo! Let's take a look. Let's get in close. Let's get intimate with the Fremen. Okay, so we have some cards. So that's nice. The game does use cards, apparently. Didn't know that. Got us some dice. Got to roll some dice. And, okay. So we got a little green bag. I'm guessing the greens are Atreides, right? And Fremen. So let's get a little look at those. Those look like, that might look like Paul himself. Let's see if there's a Chani. So, clearly, I wonder if this helps. I'm going to move this over here, right? Watch this. Let's raise this to about right there and right there. We'll put that right under the light. And we'll turn it a little. Is that light good? Can you see that, my friends? Is that too bright? Maybe we put it about right here. You want a little bit of less shadows? That looks like the best lighting possible. Okay, who is that? That might be Chani. So the miniature scale, as you can see, isn't huge, right? I like bigger miniature scales, but I'm thinking that looks like Jessica, right? It's got to be Jessica. And who's going to be with her? Another Jessica. Maybe that's pregnant Jessica. I don't know. And you got some Fremen leaders, probably Duncan, Idaho. You see there's good detail in these miniatures. They got them green, so if you want to not have to paint them, you can do it this way, right? Pretty cool, huh? It's a good thing I got a good camera, huh? Okay, so let's move the top shelf and go to the next shelf. Now over here you can see that the reds are all red, but there's two different types of red. So the red are going to clearly be Harkonnens, or do you think it's the other way around? Maybe the green are... So looking at the box, the blue here is Baron Harkonnen, and the yellow is the Fremen. I don't know. Yeah, this guy looks like the Baron. Yeah, that's the Baron. Look. Clearly, right? So, okay, red's the Baron. That makes sense, right? The red guys are the bad guys. Let's not confuse everybody here. But let me show you something here. There's two different types of red. So these were the Harkonnens, the red over here. And then this is a different type of red. Now, if I'm correct, these reds are Sardaukar. Sardaukar, that's my guess. Oh my gosh, the movie was so good. The movie was so good. And then let's look at the next level. So I took the letter, and here too, you're going to have two levels of green. Let's take a look. You got a dark green and a light green. And so I know the game plays at 2 to 3. It's really a 2-player game. And then they've added some rules so you can play with 3 to 4 players. So maybe that's why the different colors are, And I know what you really want to look at, because it's the same thing I want to look at. You want to look at the worms. Oh, I'm sorry. The worms are locked in, so I'm going to have to unlock them with, yeah, they're tied in. Oh, well, so much for that. I'll pause so you aren't bored by this. Hello, everybody. We are back. And this is what you wanted. Wish I could do that chanting scream. Beautiful miniature. Let's get a little bit back. You can see the size of it. The maker. I mean, who doesn't think that's cool? Who doesn't think that's cool. Now we got some smaller worms. That scene in the movie where Paul rode the sandworm. Oh, geez, it was so cool. It was so cool. Muad'Dib. Okay, so those are those. Now under these, I showed you. I'll pull this over a little. You guys are so cool to be watching this with me. I hope you are enjoying this. I hope it's useful to you. I hope you're entertained. I hope you're enlightened a little. Underneath is another layer of miniatures. And these are ones on stands, and it looks like ornithopters here. Pretty cool. Sand crawlers, which are probably, your spice machineries. And again, a different color. So maybe this is for the 3 to 4 player game. I don't know. And here's some of the big ships coming down. Pretty cool. So, well, we're not quite done, are we? Oops, that went out of focus. So I have 2. So I'm guessing that they have put all of the stretch goals in here, because I don't have a separate, stretch goals box like you do with some of their games. So I am going to put this all back together, I think. I wonder if this will actually go back together. Are you watching this, how this is all fitting? That was pretty crazy, because I actually think the whole darn thing goes back together. Let's try it this way. Whoa, impressive, says Darth Vader to Luke. Okay, we're not quite done, because I don't know if, I'll tell you this if you want my opinion, and you do because you're watching. This is awesome. These miniatures, this game, it looks great. I hope it plays well. I hope the rule book's good. I'm in a Dune mood right now, so I'm really hoping this is good. All right, the Spacing Guild. So I have a couple extra things that I bought. And Smugglers. So we'll open these for you, and then we'll let you go. And after this, I got to start playing something. And the thing I'm thinking I really want to play is Six Siege. Man, I have so many games I want to play. And my great shame is still sitting over there looking at me, Heroes of Might and Magic. I should just say, look, if I don't play that in the next week or 2, I'm going to sell it. I just, something's wrong. Now, I don't like the rule book, and that just kills me every time when they do something like that. But Terrence and, well, I don't remember their names. They've got a 9-part or 8-part, 7-part video series. Well, I wish I knew their names. Everybody knows them in the board game industry, and they are really nice people, and I'm excited. I also want to tell you that this makes me want to play Dune. Which we were supposed to play on Saturday. Do you know what happened? Thunder Road Vendetta! I'm not kidding. We played that instead and just had so much damn fun that we never got to Dune Uprising. Okay, so I got some ships here. That's pretty cool, right? You're probably saying, why aren't you showing me the ships, Jason? It's because, Simon, we're so kind as to tape these things shut. Why? So they don't fall apart in shipping, and then it would just be a mess, even though, frankly, it's a mess for me to undo them. Let's see. Oh, I will talk about something. I watched the first episode of Shogun tonight with my wife, Jenny. The Critical Drinker recommended it. I probably would have watched it even if he hadn't recommended it, because it was just on my list. So I'm excited about that. It's a huge, beautiful, deep epic. I think only the first 4 or 5 episodes are out yet, so it's still got a ways to go. Crazy show, really beautiful. I will say that I had to watch commercials. Thank you, Hulu. And I might not finish it. I've had Hulu for years, and now they want to charge me commercials. Same with Amazon, and I am just... You're not going to like me, some of you people out there. I know you're like, they got to they got to have commercials to make money. And I was like, nah, that's what I pay them for. That's what the service is for. And so I'll probably be watching a lot less TV. These are Spacing Guild ships. Context for their use, don't have any clue. But they look cool. And on we're going to go to the smugglers. Who are the smugglers? Duncan, Idaho. That's who the smugglers are. So, looking forward to see this. This is it. This is everything I got. I don't think that there was much more than this on the Kickstarter. I remember it being a rather small Kickstarter. Let's take a look at this. War for Arrakis. The smugglers. We're going to have some carryalls, harvesters, ornithopters, Stabantuic, smuggler regulars. Not Duncan. Gurney Halleck. Yeah, in the movie, at least, he was out here gurneying it up. He was playing the old Bard song, right? But not here. Not in this one. So I don't know how accurate that is to the book. Yes, I've read it. Yes, I've read it twice. No, I don't remember it. You know they taped it. You know they did that. Shogun. I recommend it. Ooh, it was pretty good. I was impressed. I don't like the commercials though, so I might not watch the rest of it. I know that there's an ad-free plan, and if it's not too expensive, I'll buy that. I really don't want to watch anything on Hulu though, so if I did, I would probably watch it. I'll wait till Shogun comes all out. I'll upgrade, watch the whole thing, and then just cancel. Because they don't have any shows I want. I used to like watching Letterkenny. Really fun show. Really funny as well. And unfortunately, I wanted to rewatch the whole thing with my wife, and they want commercials in that too. And so I'm certainly not going to watch commercials in the middle of Letterkenny. I'm spoiled. Yeah, I'm not watching commercials. You know, I watch NFL football a lot, and sometimes the NBA finals, and so I put up with them there. But anywhere else, nah, not doing it. I'm not watching commercials in my movies or anything like that. Yeah, not gonna do it. Maybe they know what they're doing, and they'll keep the commercials until we all go and buy the videos again. I used to have a big DVD collection. Okay, emptiness, like the sands. All right, everybody. That's me BSing with you late at night on a Tuesday. Had to get this video done. I'm going to take this downstairs. I'm going to put it up on the internet. I'm going to go through the editing process, and I will then upload it and schedule it probably for tomorrow, or if I'm smart, I'll wait till I'll put it up Thursday morning, and that way I won't have to do a video Thursday. What do I do next? Right now, I've just utilized all of my ideas. So, anyways, what do you think of Dune? So here's the questions I have for you. What do you think of this game? What do you think of Dune Imperium and or Uprising? What do you think of the books? The first book, the others. What do you think of the David Lynch series back in the 80s? What do you think of the miniseries that someone else put out, which I didn't watch? And what do you think of Denis Villeneuve's parts 1 and part 2? Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so well done. It was so well done. I might have issues with Frank Herbert's way of looking at the world, but I just loved the way Denny did the video. All right, everybody. It's been Jason from the Game Warrior. I wish you well.